What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest in cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up? What's up?
And Levon Maynard.
Welcome to the show.
What is going on? Definitely continue to tune in. Monday and Tuesday are topics, Wednesday's discussion. No Ask Us SP this week, but Friday, the weekly rundown. We talk about everything else except for cyber, right? So you want your cyber, that's Monday through Wednesday. You want to talk about movies, games, all that good stuff, that's on Friday. So definitely continue to tune in. We appreciate your patronage. And then without further ado, I'll give it to Shannon.
All right, everybody. So this article is actually from Forbes.com, written by Davey Winder. And it's titled, Google Confirms New Attack Can Read All Gmail Messages. Iran Accounts Targeted. So what this was a report from Google's threat analysis group. Their tag says that there's an espionage threat group that's backed by the Iranian government. They believe it's backed by the Iranian government that has a new tool called Skyscrape that's been used to successfully hack a small number of Gmail user accounts. The group goes by the name of, don't let this fool you, Charming Kitten is the name of the group, right? So don't let that fool you, right? And even in the article, this is funny. It says, although this cat is far from charming and has very sharp claws, it would appear. I was like, oh, good play there, Davey. Good play. But yeah, the report confirms that the tool is called HYPERSCRAPE, and it's used to steal user data from Gmail, Yahoo, and Microsoft Outlook accounts, right? So I know Gmail, there's a lot of folks out there that use Gmail, right? So this has a can have the effect of affecting a lot of users out there, right? Because Gmail is probably one of the most popular, them and Microsoft Outlook accounts out there that people use. But one of the things they mentioned in the article, though, is that in order for this to actually take place, they do have to actually have access to credentials, right? So it's one of those things where if you're to that point anyway, you're already got, right? Like if they already have access to your credentials and things of that nature, it's pretty much game over anyway, right? And one of the things they say to help this, right, Levon, I know you're gonna like this, right? You're gonna like this. They say, hey, two-factor authentication, right? Like that's what they say. Say, hey, this is the way to combat this, right? Like you like your multi-factor, right? So
yeah,
but yeah, that's one of the things they say you can do to keep from getting attacked by this. But like I mentioned earlier, though, they said that even though they believe it's Iranian backed, they see that it was about 24 accounts in Iran that were actually targeted. Now, I don't know if that's one of those things where they're going after, people for political purposes or whatever it may be, right? People that may be vocal against the government or things of that nature. But yeah, Skyscrape is out there. Make sure you're being secure, folks, because the way that this thing works, man, it's very stealthy, right? Because what they do is they go in there and they look at your information that you have, but they leave the account in its original state, right? So like if you had stuff that was unread, they leave it unread, right? They delete any requests that they had that came in to like do resets and things of that nature. So if you're not looking at your inbox often enough, you could definitely get got and not even know it. You know what I mean? But Levon, what's your thoughts on this?
yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. Definitely something people got to keep an eye out for. So like you described, it's kind of interesting how it goes through the inbox, checks out the mail. Looks like it can even like archive it, download into some separate or a separate archive essentially. So they take your mail and just download it basically, and like you mentioned, kind of leave it unread or read as it is. So it's kind of like you're pretty much unaware of anything going on with your mail. But yeah, it's just one of those things you gotta just kind of keep an eye out for. Make sure that you're not doing anything that would make yourself become compromised. I mean, obviously you should have some sort of virus scanner or something on your computer. I'm hoping that a lot of these security mechanisms we have in place nowadays are able to kind of identify this vulnerability or this like hacking tool. But yeah, stay off the dark web, whatever you can do to try to like separate, limit your exposure to these kind of incidents. I think it's the best suggestion I can give. But I'll turn it over to you, Ryan. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So how will I find hitmen to take out my enemies if I can't get on the dark web anymore?
Right. I know, right?
How will I do that?
Right. It's true. And how can you get the rewards from I forgot what the organization was that they were advertising in the dark web for like they're trying to find hackers. It's like something to do with the government. I think we had some
Yeah,
people
was
there.
it the
Oh yeah.
was it SZA or
It might have been.
I can't remember. Right. It was the advertisement that they were looking like they had bounties out or something like that
Yeah, some
for
bounties for
North Korea. Yeah, it was for North
right.
Korea.
Yeah.
It was bounties for information.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
That's the only reason you should be on the dark web is to try to catch bad guys and turn in that
Right.
bounty. Because yeah, I remember when they were advertising that even the bounty looked like it was a hacker like bounty, like you click on it and then you're gonna get hacked, just trying to get money from the bounty. But yeah, this Gmail thing. I mean, everybody uses a lot of people use Gmail, a lot of people use Outlook and Yahoo. So it's good to be aware of stuff that can affect you. Because I think you mentioned as well, Shannon, but like just somebody having access to your email gives them a lot of power. So if they were able to, go to a website that, wanted to confirm your password reset and send you an email, send you like, a little a notification, or send you the link to reset your password. They could just, this device or this hack could use that access to just change your passwords to your banking account or whatever other account you're using in Gmail to authenticate with. And you'd be none the wiser. All of a sudden you got like 50 different accounts that are hacked just from your email being hacked. So it can really snowball like that.
And then they delete those emails. So like
yeah, delete those emails right after they
so.
change your password, delete the emails that said password change or whatever. And then you've gotten.
Right.
So yeah, Ryan, what you think about this one?
Yeah, I think you guys hit it on the head. So it's very small risk of most people being exploited by HYPERSCRAPE, right? It's very targeted. It's targeted like Shannon said, it's probably targeted at maybe journalists or political dissidents or something of that nature, like because of how small of a population is being hit with it. But still, like someone could take this and weaponize it to a larger extent. So update your browsers because this was a spoofing type exploit. Multi-factor authentication, like we talk about it all the time. Like I'm now on the Vaughn side of the house, so I turn my multi-factor on everything I can. But luckily, I don't work in a skiff or something because that would be a nightmare. But it keeps you from being exploited, right? Like you have just another layer of protection to keep you from losing your accounts. And like I don't even know how many Gmail accounts I have, right? You open up a Gmail account for every YouTube account you have, or like the podcast now has its own Gmail account that I never check, but I have a lot of them. So if one were to compromise, I'm pretty sure the vast majority of them could be compromised as well. So just things to look out for to keep yourself safe and not be exploited in this way, not have potentially your PII stolen and things of that nature. Because we keep a lot of things in emails. Like I even archive files in my emails. Like if I want to make sure I remember a document, I'll push it to my Gmail or something like that. So you could lose a lot in the grand scheme of things. So just be safe. With that being said, definitely continue to tune in throughout the week. So Monday, Tuesday are topics, Wednesday's discussion, and then Friday, everything else. So I think we've all absorbed a lot of content this week, so it should be a good conversation. Hit up all of our websites. They go by our name. Give me up personally. I'm at RY Security Guy. That's RY Security Guy. I'm on LinkedIn, Twitter, Clubhouse, and TikTok. And you, Levon?
Yes, sir. You can hit me up on the Twitters at Levon Maynard.
There it is. Stay safe. Stay secure.
Take care.